All right, it's time for tonight's main event. And here with brand new music. Coming out first is going to be Bea Quinn.
It's no surprise to anyone in the SOW faithful. This is my pick for the winner. This right here. When she comes out, you're going to see your future Women's World Champion. And there she is, hashtag bitch, Bea Quinn, looking to pick up her first major world title in the United States. And tonight, it just feels like the night. Big fight feel, main event of Burnout. She won the Eliminator tournament in incredible dominant fashion to get here.
For sure. And I mean, that new music, ooh, that gives a different feeling. Gives a very different feeling to this fight.
But coming out next is the only woman in history that Bea Quinn has never beaten for a world title.
For sure. And also new music, it sounds like. I mean, for a match like this, getting new music for both of these competitors is not shocking.
Well, both of them believe that they have stepped up to another level, that they are at their peak physical condition. They're both more locked in than ever before.
Oh, and a new entrance gear, too. I mean, we saw that Bea was coming out with a hat and a baseball shirt on, but this is a full robe and mask for Kimura.
Of course, a month ago, Kimura won that Queen of the Hill Fatal 4-Way Battle Royal Scramble match, whatever you want to call it, almost, which put the women's division in SOW on the map in the first place. And now, here we go. There's no time limit, folks. We must have a winner.
Absolutely. And we're starting immediately with a lockup, focusing that arm right away. Bea knows that if those back grapples, just like obviously Hoshina Kimiko knew, she wants to get O's out of the way as soon as possible. She doesn't want to deal with the damage those grapples can do. She doesn't want to deal with the glowing stampede or the glowing finale.
No, she knows what happens when she gets hit with them. I mean, you have to look at the history here. But you also have to think that Bea Quinn is such a smart competitor that she is going to do everything in her power to avoid those moves, again, whatever it takes.
One thing we've noticed with Bea lately is she's been beating her opponents with their own finishers. You have to wonder if that'll be a factor in this match. Are we going to see Bea hit the glowing finale? Or the glowing stampede?
I mean, it's definitely possible. You also have to think that Kimura Aiko believes that, you know, she is also on another level from the other women in this division. So would she lose to her own finisher? We don't know.
For sure. It's impossible to tell. I mean, these are all fresh grounds. If, as Bea said during the press conference, if she wins tonight, it's not going to be only her first singles win over Kimura Aiko. It's going to be the first time she's won a title before Aiko won it.
And that is huge for her. As she comes off the ropes, there's the first stomp. Another test of strength.
And
you
Kimura
got
wins
the
it.
feeling. You got the feeling these two are just getting started.
Oh, yeah. This definitely looks like the opening paces of any of their previous matches. And there comes the insult.
I'm surprised it took this long to get there, but another big factor that helped Bea Quinn's rise to the top here in SOW specifically has been her successful use of mind games with that nose boop, especially driving people insane, forcing them to make uncharacteristic mistakes, such as taking their own finisher and losing.
For sure. I mean, Eve was definitely livid, and then she ended up getting hit by her own Gaelic Flosion. And, I mean, I'm going to be honest, not kicking out of the Gaelic Flosion, which is obviously an Emerald Flosion renamed, not surprising. Not many people have kicked out of that in history.
Bea to the top, wait a minute. Oh my goodness, a senton!
Jeff,
Into a roll-up pin, one! The one count, dude, Jeff Hardy is punching the air right now. The senton or swanton, whatever you want to call it, has been kicked out of twice tonight.
He's not happy. Oh, that Inzagiri! And the fold-over pin, but it doesn't
Not
even
even
get
a
a
one.
one. Stamping the knee down. Ooh, massive uppercut there.
But you also know, we've talked a lot about what it means for Bea Quinn to win this match, but if you're Kimura Aiko, this would cement you as a Hall of Famer in the entire industry, not just outside of Japan.
Oh, for sure. I mean, if she becomes the first ever SOW Women's World Champion, I can't imagine a better stamp on her career than that, on top of all her other accolades, to come into America and join her first American promotion and immediately get the women's title there. Who could deny her? Even Bea, as begrudgingly as I'm sure she would be, would have to admit that Kimura at that point is something special.
Of course, Bea does have an ego, of course, and she says some pretty ridiculous things, but you still get the feeling that there is a level of respect here. These women know each other so well. They faced off so many times. Singles matches, tag matches, trios matches, you name it, these two have faced each other. And while Kimura typically wins the singles matches, we've talked about this before, that Bea has gotten the better of her in tag competition. So it's not like Bea doesn't know how to beat her. It's just that she hasn't been able to do it to this date.
Yeah, for sure. And here we go, power slam to the center. But it looks like Kimura doesn't think that there's enough damage done yet to risk a running move. Instead, she continues to focus on Bea, on her shoulder, on her arms, which Bea has been returning the favor a good bit as well.
The last time we saw these two women facing off in this ring, it was a 58-minute match for an actual 3 count to land on Bea Quinn. So you know that 10 minutes in, Kimura Aiko knows, even without seeing the timer, internal clockwise, she knows there's just no way.
For sure. Honestly, I would be shocked to see this go less than 30. Oh, here we go.
Wait a minute.
She's calling for it already.
As you say that, she's looking to make an early statement. Can Kimura counter? She does.
Immediately says, nope, power slam. Inzagiri. Ooh, into an elbow, but Bea shakes it off. Foot stomp to the back. Kimura pops up. Kick to the back of the head. Double kicks.
He is staggered.
Oh my God!
He throws her to the outside. Goodness, thrown by the hair.
Right down in front of us. Oh, here we go again. Big power slam.
To the center of the ring. And that's definitely seems to be the strategy so far, but it gets a boot. Only the second nose boot for the match, mind you. During the tournament, and Bea was dropping those every couple of minutes. That really,
the ref gets right in the way. That was a mistake on the ref's part for sure. Kimura was running before the ref moved. Oh, and the roll-up, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Same with that pin attempt. Both of them immediately just got out. Oh my God! A scissors!
Into the bridge, the ref's back up just in time, but it's only a 2.
That was a new move from Kimura. She's never done that before. Not here, at least. I haven't watched her full match records in Japan. Maybe she's used that in the past. But it's the first time I've ever seen her do that move in SOW.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen that in any of the tape that I've watched, but it could be something from her younger days. And not that Kimura is older by any stretch of the means, but she is more of a veteran presence. Wait a minute.
Here we go. She's lining it up. Shining sword! But Bea shakes it off.
She's taken that move too many times.
Yeah, for her, that's just a nothing move. And here we go. Leg lock applied. But Kimura not even in it for more than a moment. Big kick to the chest and then laughing. Bea's feeling
right now,
good.
She is in her element.
She tried to do it. She just tried to steal the glowing finale, but Kimura just countered right out. She's not going to get hit by her own move that easily.
And the SOW faithful rightfully chanting, "This is awesome." Very deserved "This is awesome" chants right now here on SOW Burnout.
For sure. STF!
STF! We saw this earlier from Meiji Kaito.
Yeah.
Not too surprising that the two JEPW veterans busting out those high successful submission finishers.
Sling blade! But she gets right up! They're both shrugging off each other's signature moves like they're nothing. A big elbow, and then a headlock takeover. Backdrop.
Doesn't even go for the pinch, picking her back up for the next move, and she's again really hitting these powers. No way.
Another one.
Another?
And another shining sword. This time, Bea stays down for like half a second. She got up in the middle of that sentence.
Yeah, and she's laughing. I mean, that move, she's just unfazed by it completely.
Sling blade! The pin attempt!
Pin. 2.
2.9!
And that's the first 2.9 of the match, folks. We cannot be surprised with Bea Quinn's performance in that Eliminator tournament that she gets the first near fall of the match.
Absolutely.
She has been a dominant force in this women's division. In fact, you know, if it wasn't for wait a minute, Crucifix, that's trapped plenty of opponents in the past. It's a tricky pin to get out of. My goodness.
Ooh, backslide.
1, 2, but no.
Yeah, no. A little bit of a slow count on that ref, but it wasn't a big deal, just a little bit behind.
But, you know, Carrie Alice forcing Kimura Aiko to compete on Initial last week, that was a huge deal for Bea Quinn. Talked to her before the press conference, and the surprise it wasn't brought up there was the fact that, you know, that singles match Kimura Aiko had may have done a little bit of lingering damage because Bea Quinn was so dominant in the tournament. And right now she's trying to break her leg.
Yeah, the 3 dragon screws in a row. That's painful. That could set up a proper submission finish later in the match if she keeps stacking that leg damage up. Big suplex. And now it's Kimura's turn to taunt.
He's feeling good. She could be set up for the glowing finale soon. Both these women are starting to take significant damage. I mean, the amount of signature moves we've seen get kicked out of or hit in general.
Arm wrench countered. Now Bea's forced into it. Bea gets out. Leg sweep. Ooh, didn't decide that it was time for a glowing finale there. Attempted a back switch, but gets knocked out for trouble. Bea's going up top. She's waiting.
Wait a minute.
Double knee press. Pin attempt.
Cover. 1, 2, but
kicked
no.
out at 2. And now it's Kimura's turn to go to the top. Varial gift, but it misses.
And now
DDT. And a pin attempt.
Going for the cover. 2.
Pushed off again at 2.
And some of these moves she knows she's not going to win of. It's again that psychological warfare from Bea Quinn. The style of pin she's doing to Kimura Aiko for some of these moves.
A dragon screw locking in another STF. More damage being dealt. That leg is not feeling good, I'm sure.
There's just no way.
But
that's probably why she's staying down right now.
Yeah. Leapfrog. Ooh, but the attempt at a splash misses. But she gets her in another crucifix. Too close to the ropes.
That was too close that time.
Another schoolboy. This time apparently not in the ropes by the refs division. Man, Kimura is running shop right now.
I thought we had a pretty good angle of that last roll-up pin. That looked pretty in the ropes to me.
It did to me as well. But here comes another STF.
Again,
in the ropes.
Kind of right here in the ropes. So.
Yeah, she called it that time.
Yeah, both these women need to get out of this corner.
For sure. This corner always does seem to be the biggest troublemaker for attempts at submissions.
Ankle lock. Now, of course, she's going to hang on despite being in the ropes. She's looking to do damage here. That wasn't an attempt to win the match.
Oh my God! A DDT counter to that powerbomb attempt. Speaking of a powerbomb attempt, I've never seen go for one of those before.
No, that's definitely new. An Irish up into the ropes. The crowd.
Oh my God! A fucking lariat.
1, 2.
Kicked out at 2.
Bea Quinn failing once again in that moment. This match getting to its later stages. You gotta be thinking. The more damage that you take, the likelihood increases that Kimura Aiko will get the better of you again, Bea Quinn. You've got to lock back in.
Very unbiased commentary here tonight.
Just being honest. The situation is the situation.
You're correct. Well, if Bea wants to win this, she has to keep on the pressure. The more that you give Kimura, the worse this is going to get for you. And here comes another STF. I mean, the fact that Bea hasn't tapped yet is just a statement to how bad she wants this. Because she has to be in pain right now. And here...
especially after the dragon screws. I mean, she's taken more than I can count. I've lost count of them already, but it almost always leads to that STF.
Another strike exchange, which she manages to win with that high kick. Straight to the face. Ooh, attempted the back grapple. And Kimura countered, but she's tired, so she's taking this time to rest.
A wise decision for both women to approach the 30-minute mark. And now there's that power slam. We hadn't seen that there for a minute as she had switched to the dragon screw. Speaking of, another one.
And here comes yet another. She's trying to tear up that leg, but Bea wisely kicking her away this time.
Another kick to the chest.
Ooh. Oh!
Oh no!
The Shining Scissors! Is she gonna win?
1, 2!
She did it! Again! Bea does it again! She beats Kimura Aiko for the first time in her career using Kimura's own move!